So everybody needs to be aligned and everybody needs to be supporting you throughout this new journey, which is the turnaround story of the business. My name is Fırat İşbecer. I'm the founder and CEO of Comensys, a software company, technology company based out of Istanbul, Turkey. We focus on digital transformation of large enterprises such as banks, airlines, insurance companies. We also have a data analytics product, and we operate in 15 different markets. We have offices in Germany, Berlin, London, also in the United States. I also am a seed investor. I invest in small startups with outstanding entrepreneurs and founders, and try to bring them to the next level. So turning a business around, I think my story is a bit different because I sold my first business, and after we sold the business, we were part of this British company for a couple of years, which was then acquired by Americans. And then we only spent like a few months under the American administration, and they said they did not focus on the regions that my company was actually focusing on, which was mostly Turkey, Middle East, and Eastern Europe. And they offered us, and we actually renegotiated a management buyout. So basically, we bought back the business. So we reacquired the company, and it was a bit of a mess because the company was actually not focused. The mother company was actually losing clients, and their new product wasn't shipped yet. So we were opportunistically used as a software service team. We were doing ops, support, maintenance. We had our products, but they were actually aging products, so they were not state-of-the-art. They were not the most modern products in software, which is a big risk because it's a very competitive market out there. So the sentiment was a little bit negative when we reacquired the business. So to be able to turn around the sentiment, actually we had a few action points. Simply, we just reinvented a new name. We came up with Comensys, which actually derives from the verb to commence. So it was a new commencement, new beginnings kind of branding, which was well perceived by our employees and our clients. After we renamed the company, we focused on our mission and the values, and also the vision of the company, which was very important because we really need to bring and align all of our stakeholders in a certain vision. So we did a full month of workshops trying to redesign the mission, the vision and the values of the company, which really helped us cement the next 5 to 10 years of the business with the new brand and also with the new mission and vision, along with the values. Turning a business around, pivoting a business, quite similar concepts out there. So first you really need to understand which destination you need to go. You need to set a destination, and that goal needs to be very simple. We want to be IPOing, we want to build this best analytics platform in the world, we want to be the company that serves most dishes in this part of the world. Big destinations you want to reach to, but you need to make them very simple. Then you need to align your people. It's a pretty deductive method, so you just go from the end goal, which is a very ambitious goal, which is a big goal, and then you just deduct it towards the beginning, where you actually come up with like action items and work streams to be able to reach that target. Then to be able to get to that level of success or the end game, you really need to actually communicate it to your stakeholders. And who are your stakeholders? Your first stakeholders, of course, are your employees. You need to tell them the new vision and then the new target of the company. Hey guys, we're going to IPO in NASDAQ in 5 years with this new ride. We are pivoting with this new product that we are focusing on. And then you need to actually talk to your other stakeholders, which is your clients, your partners, your shareholders. So everybody needs to be aligned and everybody needs to be supporting you throughout this new journey, which is the turnaround story of the business. And people love turnaround stories because they gather around, they regroup, and they actually learn from their mistakes, and they actually become more experts in terms of executing the new scenario and the new tactics. So while turning the business around, there is another action item we did, which was one of the most important, was actually redefining our product, because the product we built before the acquisition had become commoditized. So we were actually thinking about which area can we focus, where we can build a product that has a better market fit than what we have right now. So after redefining our values, the mission and the vision, and also having our stakeholders join us on this ride. We also focused on the product market fit and came up with the analytics platform that we built afterwards, which was a clear product market fit. So when all these were aligned actually, then I felt more comfortable that we actually had done the pivot and the turnaround had been not complete, but the commencement of the turnaround had begun in a positive way. So in conclusion, while turning around your business or pivoting your business, let's say, there's a few steps that you need to be following. Number one is actually you really need to identify the pain point and the core reason why you had to pivot this business, turn this business around. If you don't really understand the underlying core problem or the factor that actually has led to this pivot, you will not be able to succeed. Second, you need to come up with a new mission, which actually defines your new product, new service, and the new solution, and the vision around it, which is supported with the values, because you're building a new identity for the company. Then, once you have it, you really need to onboard everyone. You need to actually convey this message to every single stakeholder in your organization. This is your employees, this is your clients, your partners, and of course your shareholders. And number four, once you have that mission and the new product vision ready, make sure that actually it has a market and there's a product market fit, because if it doesn't work out, you really need to go back to zero and start all over again.